At this point in the evening's festivities, we turn our attention to something much more serious, the presentation of AFA Jew's highest honor, the Scopus Award. The Scopus Award recognizes and celebrates individuals who have demonstrated leadership and involvement with humanitarian causes throughout their careers, and especially those who have made a commitment to students at the Hebrew University of Jerusalem. Past Scopus laureates include the committed philanthropists we welcomed here earlier this evening, along with people from all walks of life. Zubin Mehta, Billy Crystal, Ali Wiesel, and many, many others. And tonight we welcome one of these laureates via video to help confer this year's award, a person whose name is written in the hearts and minds of millions around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, my great pleasure to be able to say the one and only Barbara Streisand.
28 years ago, on a night I will always remember, I was honored to receive the National Scopus Award from American Friends of the Hebrew University. The evening was especially memorable because the proceeds from the event helped establish the university's Emanuel Streisand Building for Jewish Studies, which was named after my father. So I'm deeply proud of this award and of my association with the university because it represents so much of what I treasure about my Jewish heritage and my love for the state of Israel. I remember being at the historic Mount Scopus campus like it was yesterday. From there, with its grand views of the old city of Jerusalem on one side and the wilderness of Judea, the Jordan Valley and the mountains of Moab on the other, you are keenly aware of the timelessness of the place and of the timeless values that the Hebrew University represents. Since its inception in 1923, American Friends of the Hebrew University has been committed to nurturing Israel's greatest asset, the intellectual strength of its people. With that high purpose in mind, I am delighted to congratulate this year's recipient of the National Scopus Award, Patricia L. Glaser.
And now I would like to welcome an esteemed friend of Patty's to the podium. Ari Emanuel is the co-CEO of WME. He serves on the boards of both the American Film Institute and the Museum of Contemporary Art in Los Angeles, and is an active proponent of arts education for public school students. Ari.
Thanks, Patty. I got to follow Frank and Barbara. I really appreciate it. Most of you know Patty. Whenever I get a call from Patty, I think I do the same thing that most of you do. I answer and I say, what did I do wrong? When Patty called me and said, would you speak? I said, I have no qualms about speaking. I just don't want to do it in public. Most of you may or may not know I'm dyslexic, and that comes with its own set of issues. One of them is speaking in public. I've gone to a lot of therapy doing this. But if I knew to get over speaking in public was all it would take was a call from Patty, I would have saved hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. I want to talk seriously about Patty. 22 years ago, and I can say it in this room, I was a little pisher, and I had Larry Little, a client of mine, take me to lunch with Patty. And I had just started my agency, and Patty took me under her wings, and she was always in my corner. She has always been a friend. And I would only want, I have my two brothers I always know are going to be in my corner, and I now know I have a sister, and it's called Patty Glaser. So I thank you very much. If you have had the privilege of her representing you or the misfortune of her going against you, I know that I can always say about Patty that you would respect her and that she's always acted honorably when she represents somebody. So to cut this short, other than not like other things here, so So, Patty, here's the section that you gave me to read. I know I was going to ad-lib a lot more, but I'm going to cut it short here, okay? As a member of the American Friends of the Hebrew University and a past president of the Western Regional Board, Patty's done everything from hosting visiting professor, raising funds, and leading missions to Israel. It is only fitting that she is honored with this organization's highest honor, the Scopus. So to present the award, the president, Menachem Ben Sassoon, and somebody that I don't have to give any kind of recognition to, Frank Gehry, please come on up.
I was given a script, and I said, well, I've never followed a script in my life. But it was given by Patty, so I thought. And they said it would be on the teleprompter. And then I was told a little while ago it wouldn't be on the teleprompter. So I'm all fucked up.
You should behave.
Forgive me, Patty, forgive me. When I got this award, I asked if any other architect had been given the award, and I was told no. And then I looked at the list, and I saw that Benjamin Netanyahu got the award. Now, maybe you don't know this, but he came to my office once and told me he trained as an architect at MIT. So he was the first architect that got this award, right?
Yes.
Right. So I'm the second architect that got this. That's not as good as being first.
You can rewind history.
And then Albert got it. Albert got it. And when I was a young kid, I had a mustache. And I was in a pissoir in Paris and standing next to a big guy. And he turned to me and said, Einstein. So at one point in my life, I must have looked like Einstein. Patty is amazing. Everything she does is amazing. And so I was inspired by something Carl Sandburg said, but I hope Carl Sandburg wasn't anti-Semitic. Does anybody know? Anyway, if he was, there is a mountain, and she is a rock. There is a sea, and she is a shore. There is a star, and she's, God damn it, a great star. So I'm delighted to be the one to bestow the National Scopus Award this year on Patty. Come on up. Where are you?
Please. This is not a mistake. About a month ago, Francis Albert's daughter, Tina, called and said, I gotta know Patty's middle name. I've been trying to find out, and I know that you'll be able to tell me. No such luck, Tina. Richard and Jane took the secret of why Patty never got a middle name with them. However, I'm here tonight to tell you that there is an L word that goes with Patty Glaser, and that word is love. Patty Glaser has a love for family, and we count many of you in our extended family. Patty Glaser has a love for the law, as you know, and Patty Glaser has a love for the Hebrew University of Jerusalem. It's a great honor to present my bride of 35 years, Patty Glaser.
We're done.
Thank you, Ari, Frank, Menachem, and my adorable husband, Sam. Ladies and gentlemen, Elie Wiesel, whom I had the honor of meeting many, many years ago through my dear friend Arthur Cohn, who's here tonight. He said back in 1986, the opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. The opposite of art is not ugliness, it's indifference. The opposite of faith is not heresy, it's indifference. And the opposite of life is not death, it is indifference. Take sides, take responsibility. Silence encourages the tormentors. My active support for Hebrew University of Jerusalem is my effort, small effort, to take sides, to take responsibility, to not be silent, to not be indifferent. Ladies and gentlemen, it's to choose life. The jewel of the Jewish people deserves our support. I have met the students. Most of them arrived in school after serving in the Army. They're magnificent. I have met the faculty, most of whom could teach anywhere in the world and do their research anywhere in the world. But they chose Hebrew University of Jerusalem because they think outside the box. 7 Nobel Prizes in the last 10 years is not bad. Ladies and gentlemen, I have met the graduates of Hebrew University of Jerusalem. They have enriched my life, and many of them are my friends. Former President of the Supreme Court, Aaron Barak, is my friend. I have dinner with him when I go to Israel. He is a wonderful man, and history will judge him to be a great man. Another Supreme Court Justice, President, is the first female president of the Supreme Court, Dorit Benish, another friend. Nobel Prize winner and best-selling author Daniel, I'm going to mispronounce this, he will not be happy with me, Daniel Kahneman, former Israeli ambassador to the United Nations, Gabriela Shalev, the current president of Hebrew University, who was just up here, Menachem Ben Sassoon, former Prime Minister Ehud Olmert, who I sat in a room at the King David Hotel and negotiated his wife's contract to produce a play here in Los Angeles, and we were fighting about $25, ladies and gentlemen. And who could forget some of the great Los Angeles Hebrew University supporters, my dear friend and mentor Harvey Silbert, and my dear friend Vidal Sassoon, who are no longer with us today. Hebrew University of Jerusalem is an institution and a country which cannot afford ivory towers, which must at once be a still small voice and pragmatic decision makers, constantly struggling, not just to protect its own, no, but to get it right. To get it right. Huge responsibility. A continuing struggle, which is and should be a continuing struggle. I was raised, along with my 3 siblings, to believe that the Jewish people are the chosen people, not for a minute because we're better, but because we have more responsibility. One important way that responsibility is exercised is our support for one of the greatest institutions the Jewish people have ever built, Hebrew University of Jerusalem. Thank you for this huge honor. I am in awe of the company I am honored to keep, and I am continually reminded that we all are required, as Micah said, to do justice, love mercy, and walk humbly with your God. Thank you very much.